Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. This right here is the Tata Nexon EV Max, which comes with a bigger battery, extra power and some new features. But most importantly, the claimed range has gone up from 312 to 437 kilometers, which means the real life range of 300 to 320 kilometers can be expected. And to test that, I'm going to drive this car non-stop from Navi Mumbai to Pune and back, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so it is time to get going. The car is on right now. The battery is showing 97% and the range is showing 323 kilometers. I will reset the trip meter. Trip meter has been set to 0. I'm in Navi Mumbai right now at Palm Beach Road, and from here to the Talegaon Toll Naka, the distance is approximately 90 and 99 kilometers. So we'll do a round trip. That will be approximately 200 kilometers. And after coming back, I'll drive the car locally for 30 to 40 kilometers. So we'll get a proper test of around 250 kilometers, and then we will see what is the actual range of this car. And I'll be driving the car very normally. I will drive with the AC on. I'll play music along the way, and yes, I will drive this car just like any other car. So let's see how is the real life range like. So I'm on the expressway right now. The trip meter is showing 23.9 kilometers and the range is 290 kilometers without AC, and with AC the range is 261 kilometers. I have switched off the AC only for doing the speaking part because the AC noise would come in the audio otherwise I have been driving constantly with the AC set at 23 degrees and the blower speed is set at 2. So I'm cruising at 80 kilometers per hour right now because that is the speed limit on the expressway, and obviously I do not want any challan. If we talk about the energy consumption, the display on the instrument cluster is showing an average of 146 watt-hour per kilometer. Now I think the car will definitely finish this trip in one go, and there will be a decent amount of charge left, but still my fingers are crossed, and there is a slight amount of range anxiety because I'm not too sure what are the locations of the charging stations on the expressway, and hopefully I won't have to use them. Now if we talk about the power bump, the Nexon EV Max makes 141 horses. The regular Nexon EV makes 127 horses, so there is an increase of 14 horsepower, and the torque has also gone up by 5 Newton meters from 245 to 250. Apart from this, one more thing I wanted to mention is that the top speed of the regular Nexon EV is 120 kilometers per hour. It is electronically limited. For the EV Max, the top speed is electronically limited to 140 kilometers per hour. Of course, I also forgot to mention about the battery specs. The regular Nexon EV has a battery pack of 30.2 kilowatt hour. This one has a battery pack of 40.5 kilowatt hour, so that is an increase of approximately 30%. So yes, we should see a real world range of around 300 kilometers because users of the regular Nexon EV have been getting a range of 180 to 200 kilometers on a full charge. So I've just crossed the first toll plaza, which is the Khalapur Toll Plaza, and the trip meter is showing 46.5 kilometers right now. The range is 254 kilometers without the AC, and with the AC the range is 228 kilometers. I'll just switch off the AC only for this talking part, otherwise I've been driving constantly with the AC on, and the battery has just dropped to 79%. So now this car has 3 driving modes: city mode, eco mode, sport mode. I've been driving in city mode throughout, and I've been maintaining a speed between 80 to 100 kilometers per hour because the speed limit is 80 at some places, 100 at some places, so it gets a bit confusing on the expressway over here. So I've been driving at anywhere between 80 to 100, and I've been driving the car very normally just like any other ICE car. Music has also been on for a better part of the drive. So yes, it is going good so far, and I still have around 160 kilometers to do before dropping the car back, and range anxiety is kicking in slightly, but I'm really hoping that I won't have to plug in the car on my way back, and hopefully the car will finish this trip in one go. So this the Tata Nexon EV Max also gets 3 levels of regeneration. Basically there are 4 levels. Level 0 is if you don't want any regeneration at all. Level 1 to 3 work really well, and right now the car is in level 1 regeneration, but level 2 and 3 also work very nicely, especially in the city, not much on the highway, and it is definitely useful for boosting the range of the car. Apart from that, the Nexon EV Max also gets an auto hold feature now, which was extremely useful in stop-go traffic because there was a slight amount of queue at the toll plaza, so that feature came in to be useful over there. And right now it is time to hit the guards, and I am thinking of driving the car a bit spiritedly in sport mode right now. So we have just crossed Lonavala on the way to Pune now, and there was a lot of traffic on the ghats, and there were like tons of trucks and all that, and because of that the range of the car has really got affected. The battery is 68% now. The range is 207 kilometers. That is without AC. With AC The range is just 186 kilometers and the trip meter is showing 62.7 kilometers. So we still have around 140 kilometers to go. You know what? The weather is really pleasant now. I think I should drive without AC and open the windows for some time. Okay, just kidding. I'll keep the AC on, but yeah, I'm not driving the car very spiritedly now. I'm driving the car quite sedately. Of course, if there was a petrol or diesel car with me right now, I would have gone all guns blazing on the ghats, because we enthusiasts really like pushing our cars, right? Especially on the empty sections, not in traffic. So I just took a U-turn from the Talegaon Toll Naka a couple of kilometers back. The trip meter is showing 102 kilometers right now. The range is 154 kilometers in eco mode and the battery is 54%, which means it is going to be a really tight trip. And the last 35 kilometers I have driven the car without the AC. It is quite pleasant outside. Right now the window is shut because I'm shooting, and I plan on driving for the next 40 or 50 kilometers also without AC, because trust me, range anxiety has struck me and I am in no mood to charge the car. I want to make sure I reach Navi Mumbai, the starting location, without charging the car. So I know it is going to be a bit tight, but I'm really excited and I know this is quite challenging. So at the end of the drive, I'll tell you how exactly I felt and how I drove the car. So initially I drove the car in city mode. Right now I've been driving the car in eco mode only, and sport mode I used only for a couple of kilometers on the ghats. So yes, this is the return journey and it is going to be an interesting day ahead. Now if you talk about the other changes on the Nexon EV Max, you get this illuminated gear knob over here, you get an electronic parking brake, you get front ventilated seats. These are nice to have features. I made use of the ventilated seats a lot while coming from Navi Mumbai to Lonavala because it was quite hot that side of Maharashtra. Apart from that, the illuminated gear knob also looks really cool, but I really hope it doesn't, suck some battery, because okay, I do have a power bank with me in my bag, but that power bank might not be enough to charge the car. So yes, we are driving towards Lonavala now. We might take a food halt at one of the food plazas. So right now I'm at the Lonavala Toll Plaza. We took a U-turn from the Talegaon Toll Plaza and right now we are on the way back. So when I was taking the U-turn, the battery was 55% and the range was approximately 155-160 kilometers without AC. Mind you, I drove the car for 85 kilometers without AC. The weather was pleasant, but right now I'll have to drive with AC because it is getting hot right now. And the range right now is 137 kilometers in eco mode without AC and the battery is 46%. We actually managed to increase the range while coming downhill, and I was on regeneration level 2, which really helped matters. Okay, so I just had a scrumptious meal and now my battery is charged. I'm not sure about the car's battery. The battery is showing 44%, which means we have actually managed to retain a lot of charge while coming downhill. And the range is 127 kilometers without AC and around 110 kilometers with AC. And right now I'm driving the car in city mode and it is really hot outside. So I'll be switching on the AC and keeping it at 18 degrees with the blower speed set to 3, because without AC it won't be possible to drive because it is really hot. And I'm also making use of the ventilated seats feature. So performance is not much of an issue with this car. It is more than sufficient. The power does make its presence felt, the torque does make its presence felt, and driving the car out on the ghat, on the expressway, it has been a great experience indeed. And the only issue, only concern has been the range anxiety. Apart from that, no complaints with the car as such. It drives in a very nice manner. The audio system is nice, the features are very good to have, and overall the car does have a feel-good factor to it. So yes, let's make it back to Navi Mumbai and then I'll update you with what is the range and what is the battery remaining. Okay, I'm just about to reach my destination, the same place where we started in the morning. The trip meter has just crossed 200 kilometers. The range is 64 kilometers in city mode with AC on, and the battery is 25%. The battery icon has turned from blue to orange, which means yes, the battery is low now. And yes, I think it was a very good drive. I mean, if I give you a breakup of this, I drove 85 kilometers without AC in eco mode and the remaining drive was done with AC on and the car in city mode. Performance has been very nice, and While I did get some amount of range anxiety in between, apart from that, the drive has been very, very smooth, and indeed the Nexon did make it back without having to get it charged. Now, talking about the charging times, with the 3.3 kilowatt standard charger, this car takes around 15 to 16 hours for a full charge, and you can also opt for a 7.2 kilowatt fast charger at a premium of 50,000 in the XZ Plus and the XZ Plus Lux variants, and that charges the car in about 6.5 hours, which is very decent. Apart from that, you can also charge the car at those public charging stations with a proper DC fast charger, and with those chargers the car goes from 0 to 80% in about 56 minutes, which is again very nice. So as you saw, it is indeed possible to do a Mumbai-Pune round trip in the Tata Nexon EV Max, but the thing to note over here is that I started the drive from Navi Mumbai and not proper Mumbai, and I did not enter Pune city. I took a U-turn just from the Talegaon Toll Plaza, and right now with 200 kilometers on the odo, this car still has a range of approximately 63-64 kilometers left. So realistically, you can expect a range of 250 to 300 kilometers depending on your driving style. In a mix of city and highway conditions, you will get a slightly higher range. If you do a highway only trip, you will get a slightly lesser range because of lesser braking regeneration. So yes, I'm quite happy with the range of the Tata Nexon EV. Some more range would have definitely been welcome, and I think I could have completed the full trip with the AC on, but then it would have been really tight and the range anxiety would have gone through the roof. So yes, I'm glad I drove without AC for 85 kilometers. So yes, I think the Tata Nexon EV Max is indeed a very nice package now. Lots of features and good driving feel along with a much improved range. Yes, the pricing has gone up significantly, but I think the next best EV is the MG ZS EV and even the Hyundai Kona, but those cars are pricier by almost $500,000. So in this price range, you really can't get anything better than this, and I think the Nexon EV is truly a very nicely engineered electric car. So I guess that's about it. If you guys have any questions about this car, let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what do you think about attempting such a road trip in an electric car, or would you rather prefer a petrol or a diesel vehicle? Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.